Nigeria. Welcome to Newsline. I am Becky Maduchemu. Our program tonight is spellbinding. The alleged murder of a singer and her daughter by a man closest to them set many tongues wagging from Banana Island here in Lagos to newsrooms and blogs across the world. Some family members of the slain singer will be telling us what they know, and of course, we have the police angle to what many suspect was a crime of passion. We go steady on that tempo as we expose the evil schemes of some alleged criminals who recruit children to undertake their nefarious ambitions. Then, as for inspiration, you would find those in our social diary. The train will make stops at both individual, traditional, and corporate events, marking birthdays, awards, weddings, and festivals. Now, Joy Osiagu will bring us the news of the day from Abuja, then return to us in Lagos for our specials. Good evening, Joy.
Good evening, Becky, and a very good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. President Muhammadu Buhari has reassured Nigerians that their trust and confidence in the governing All Progressives Congress will neither be in vain nor abused under his watch. The president was speaking in London while receiving members of the Buhari Diaspora Support Organization on a solidarity visit. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports.
Members of the Buhari Diaspora Support Organization, led by Charles Sylvester, are visiting the president here in London to express formal appreciation for not only restoring Nigeria on the path to genuine prosperity, but also for his decision to recontest in 2019, so that, as they say, the fight of good against evil can be sustained in the best interests of the country. Say Baba, 2019. Say Baba, 2019. President Muhammadu Buhari commended the Diaspora Support Organization for the show of support as well as the courage and sacrifice being demonstrated by members in defending the genuine efforts by his administration to make Nigeria better.
I cannot be grateful enough for you because you showed a lot of personal courage and sacrifice to identify yourself with the administration here in diaspora. What I want to assure you is that your confidence is not being abused. We are doing our best to justify your confidence in the administration, and we appreciate the sacrifices you are making by being different. And we are not underrating the resources at the disposal of those people.
The president attributed the massive looting of the nation's resources as a result of the failure of past leadership as responsible for the poverty level in the country.
Among the elite, there are really wicked people that kept Nigeria poor. I went through the whole blast of Nigerian revolution, really political and military. So nobody could tell me anything. It's almost impossible to uncover and recover all that had been taken from Nigeria between 1999 and 2014. True. They were so inept, they were so bent on stealing that they even forgot to cover stealing properly. God, we'll just do our best to impress and put on record that we have tried. But the damage they have done is virtually irrecoverable.
He promised to sustain efforts at making Nigeria work again for a sustainable future. Leader of the organization, Charles Sylvester, who enumerated the giant strides recorded by the Buhari administration in critical sectors of the economy, described as welcoming the president's declaration of intent to recontest in 2019.
The God who healed you and kept you to continue to rule Nigeria, the same God will grant you victory in 2019. You are the president of the masses. You have a record that we admire as our hero. And come 2019, we believe that it will be a fight of good against evil. It will be a fight of the agents of progress and the agents that are against progress. But we believe that the same masses that brought you to power by the grace of God will be there to support you.
He said with the administration now fixing the faulty foundations of Nigeria, the second term will see the building of an enduring structure, hence the resolve of the Buhari Support Organization to work assiduously towards the re-election of the Nigerian leader.
So that you can continue the good work that you are doing.
The group presented to the president some gift items in commemoration of the visit.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
From London, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
And still in London, a chieftain of the All Progressives Congress and former governor of Lagos State, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has described the recent decision by President Muhammadu Buhari to seek re-election as desirous and a welcoming development. Chief Tinubu stated this while speaking to correspondent Adamu Sambu after an audience with President Muhammadu Buhari in London. He said the Buhari administration has not only lived up to expectations, but remained on course the nation's fundamental challenges for genuine growth and development of the country.
That is expected. It's being honest with Nigerians early enough. So, and we have been work hard at it. We believe Nigeria is very thoughtful. They are very understanding, and they understand the political environment, and they know who stole their money. You have to reset the foundation of the country in order for us to have the prosperity of the future. But we have a dry period that we must go through to rebuild our country.
So you're on course?
We are on course. We have no cause for regrets or alarms and panic button or firefighting. It's not our style. Democracy is about twists and turns, so you live with it.
And back home, the federal government has assured Nigerians that no amount of pressure, including the antics of hack writers and threats of litigation, will prevent it from releasing more names of the alleged looters of public treasury. A statement signed by the Special Assistant to Minister of Information and Culture, Segun Adeyemi, says since the release of the first two lists of alleged looters, there have been overt and covert attempts to intimidate and blackmail the federal government into discontinuing the release of more names. The minister said the government has always known that corruption will fight back. Hence, it is not surprised at the hiring of hack writers to attack the very idea of naming and shaming the looters. He challenged anyone who feels that he or she has been wrongly accused to seek redress in the court, reminding Nigerians that it was the PDP that dared the federal government to release the list of looters. The All Progressive Congress, APC, has constituted its National Convention Committee. According to a press release on the APC website signed by the party's National Organizing Secretary, Senator Osita Izunaso, the committee will have the Governor of Jigawa State as its chairman, Governor of Ondo State as Deputy Chairman, and Senator Ben Nwajumogu as Secretary. Among the 65 members are the governors of Plateau, Imo, Borno, Katsina, Oyo, Edo, Yobe, Kaduna, Adamawa, and Kogi. The list also has names of serving and former members of the National Assembly. Others are women and youth groups, persons with disabilities, as well as APC coalition of support groups. In the meantime, the All Progressives Congress announces the debut of its newly designed website and other official social media accounts. They are website www.officialapcng.com and Twitter https://twitter.com/officialapcng and Facebook https://web.facebook.com/officialapcng and Instagram https://www.instagram.com/officialapcng and YouTube Official APC Nigeria. The National Publicity Secretary of the APC, Bola G. Abdullahi, says the newly designed website will be regularly updated with news on party accomplishments and events. He encouraged visitors to explore the new platforms for easy access to essential information on the activities of APC-led government at all levels. The former military president, General Ibrahim Babangida, called on political elites in the country to work towards having peaceful elections in the year 2019. He also charged political parties in the country to come up with manifestos that will respond to the hope and aspirations of the people. General Babangida stated this when he received the national executives of the Social Democratic Party SDP, led by its national chairman Olufalaye in Minna. Mohammed Doma reports.
The former military president, who described the composition of officials of the political party as people who have contributed greatly to the development of the country in the past, urged them to be focused. General Babangida said the electorate must be told what to expect from every political party.
I am also equally happy that what we have, the vision we have for this country, is what is also driving into this political party.
Chief Olufalaye, who served as the secretary to the government of the Federation in General Babangida's administration, said the party will continue to reach out to stakeholders, adding that it will carry everyone along. In Minna, Mohammed Doma, NTA News.
The Senate is stepping up efforts towards ensuring the realization of a revolutionary oil industry in Nigeria that will meet the yearnings of Nigerians and boost economic and national development. Chairman of the Senate Joint Committee on the Petroleum Industry Bill, PIB, Kabir Marafa, stated this at a workshop on 3 PIB bills held at the Petroleum Technology Development Fund, PTDF. National Assembly correspondent Dennis Adegunloye reports.
The National Assembly recently passed the Petroleum Industry Governance Bill, which is currently awaiting presidential assent. However, as part of a bigger plan to ensure a sustainable oil sector free from uncertainty and rancor, 3 other bills are in the pipeline which are designed to address the Petroleum Industry Administration, fiscal and host community issues.
Whereas the Petroleum Industry Administration Bill describes how the industry ought to be managed, the fiscals ensure that the country is fiscally competitive, in particular to attract the much needed capital for development and growth. The host community bill, which is equally very, very important, because without peace, there can't be progress.
Various expert consultants in the industry participated in the workshop. The Senate leadership mandated the committee to expedite action on these bills to ensure their passage before September this year. Dennis Adegunloye, NTA News.
And for a beat on agriculture, President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the release of over 30,000 metric tons of food items to meet the needs of internally displaced persons in Borno, Yobe, Adamawa and Benue states. Musa Baba Aliyu has the details.
Out of the 30,380 metric tons of food to be released, 10,000 metric tons of food, mostly millet, will go to internally displaced persons in Borno, Yobe and Adamawa states. The items will be delivered through the World Food Programme to the northeast.
Apart from that also, 3,180 metric tons of assorted food commodities too have also been approved recently to Nasarawa and Benue. And as I tell you, on Tuesday we'll be meeting NEMA on the logistics arrangement for these food items to be delivered urgently to them.
All the food items will be supplied from the National Strategic Grain Reserves under the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development.
In 2018 alone, the present administration was able to procure well over 18,000 metric tons of grains, and provision also has been made again for this year's appropriation.
In 2016, 10,000 metric tons of food items were released from the reserves across the country. In Abuja, Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
Niger Deltans, especially the women who over the years may have been struggling with the traditional method of processing palm produce, despite associated health hazards, are now breathing a sigh of relief. Well, this is because the federal government, through the Ministry of Niger Delta Affairs, has just inaugurated an integrated oil palm processing factory in Imo State, from where Joseph Johnson reports.
Umuihe community in Oko-Ikeduru local government area of Imo State has a long history of palm produce. It is indeed one of the greatest economic activities of the people here. But in recent times, the method and enormity of work required to process palm produce to finished products crippled their efficiency in the marketplace, and their efforts are not often worth the returns. Finally, a sound of victory. A life-changing project has emerged, Christy Okechukwu tells me. She, like other women, believes the palm processing plant will turn around the economic fortunes of the community.
In fact, no more stress of processing palm oil in this village. We are very grateful.
This huge investment by the federal government could only be justified if these facilities are guarded jealously and put into effective use, such that it will impact positively on the community.
This plant is the first to be completed and inaugurated, while others in the 8 states of the Niger Delta are said to be at different stages of completion. Call it a silent revolution in the industry, or rebirthing Nigeria as the world's leading producer of oil palm, if you may. But for these oil palm farmers and processors, this technology will to a large extent maximize their produce and, of course, increase their income.
From Umuehihe community in Oku-Ikeduru local government of Imo State, Joseph Johnson, NTA News.
Thank you, Joseph. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has charged public and political office holders to explore their wealth of experience and fear of God in the discharge of their duties for a better and prosperous Nigeria. The Vice President stated this in Hola at the 50 years Thanksgiving service of Senator representing Adamawa North at the National Assembly, Binta Masi Garba. Yusuf Jika reports.
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, who commended Senator Binta Masi's exemplified service to the most ignored and less privileged, described her as unwavering, bold and courageous woman of the present time. He encouraged public office holders to be just and fair for the nation to grow better and higher.
We are in a period in history when God wants to do something. That is why some of us are government. The opportunity must not be lost. Your prayers is what will make that difference.
You continue to do exploits all the days of your life. We admire you. We truly appreciate you.
Restore your ability, your gentleness, your way of approaches, and thank God for your lives.
For the celebrants, Senator Binta Masi Garba, rededication to the service of God and humanity is most paramount, and appreciated God for all the good things He has done to our life.
Looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of my faith, because I know He holds my tomorrow.
In a sermon delivered at the Thanksgiving service, Bishop Faith Adu challenged the congregation to have the fear of God at all times and be guided by the gospel of Christ. Speakers on the occasion eulogized Senator Masi's principles, action and concern to the less privileged, and congratulated her for turning 50 years. High points of the event were the cutting of cake, prayers for the family amidst dancing and singing. In Yola, Yusuf Jika, NTA News.
The wife of the President, Aisha Buhari, has been awarded as the Personality of the Year 2017 by the Vanguard newspaper in recognition of her contribution to the upliftment of the living standards of women and children in Nigeria. State House correspondent Aliu Kabir reports.
Improving the lives of women and children and other less privileged in Nigeria has been the cardinal objective of the wife of the President, Aisha Buhari. Her advocacy of championing the cause of women and children through her Future Assured program has been recognized from within and outside the country. The latest is the award of the Personality of the Year 2017 by the Vanguard newspapers. The organizers of the program say the recognition of Mrs. Buhari as the Vanguard Personality of the Year 2017, alongside other distinguished Nigerians, was meant to serve as a morale booster to do more. Mrs. Buhari was represented at the event by her daughter, Halima Buhari Sharif.
Today she's the Vanguard Personality of the Year 2017, and we want to congratulate her as a mother of the nation, and we wish her more success, inshallah.
The effort of Mrs. Buhari towards the upliftment of the living standards of Nigerians, especially women and children, will continue to be strengthened through the collaboration of the wives of the governors, as well as non-governmental organizations and other development partners in a bid to make Nigeria a better place. In Lagos, Aliu Kabir, NTA.
The Nigerian Army has again been commended for the gallant and professional manner it has been tackling issues of insurgency perpetrated by the Boko Haram sect in the northeast. Minister of State One for Power, Works and Housing, Mustafa Baba Shehuri, gave the commendation when he granted audience to members of the Committee on the Establishment of Nigerian Army University in Biu, Borno State. The minister said establishing a research and innovation-based army institution in Biu is not only timely but also apt, saying any effort to fast-track development in that area will be highly welcomed and appreciated.
Having any academic setup in any society is to impact positively and to reach as far as possible bring about positive change.
In his remarks, Chairman of the committee, Major General Matthias Ifebo Koham, said the proposed university is conceived as a research-intensive and innovative citadel. He therefore solicits the support of all stakeholders in the area in making the institution a reality.
Scientific and technical knowledge to develop credible and creative capacity for providing innovative solutions to the problems of the army, the military, and the nation.
And talking sports now, Nigeria wins additional medal on day 11 as Amanzi Marcus gives the last Commonwealth Games update, with the games having ended this Sunday.
Nigeria has won the opening match of the 2020 Cricket World Cup qualifiers, beating Sierra Leone by 88 runs. The Nigerian side scored a total of 165 runs against Sierra Leone's 77 runs.
And the boys already made a statement. This is the first time we are hosting a competition organized by the International Cricket Council. It's a major recognition for us.
Sokoto State has emerged champions of this year's edition of Under-12 National Handball Competition in Lagos. Team Sokoto defeated Team Lagos by 24 to 23 points to win the male category.
We've been able to identify about 80 talents, and in the future we expect to call them for some summer holiday program.
And all is now set for the Zone 3 Africa Volleyball Clubs Championship holding in.
We sincerely apologize for that mix-up. And now a quick look at the weather forecast.
Hello, and thanks for being there. The satellite picture shows the extent of moisture influx in the country, such that most parts of the country up to the north have reported ample rainfall amount in the past 24 hours. Leading into Monday, there are prospects for overnight activity over the FCT and its environs. Later in the morning, we anticipate localized thunderstorms and rains over the southeast coast, while other places within the country are expected to be mostly cloudy. Moving into the afternoon and evening hours, we expect localized thunderstorms and rains over the coast, the inland cities, and some parts of the central states, including areas around southern Maiduguri, the Mambila Plateau, Makurdi, Lokoja, Abuja, and some parts of Ilorin. While elsewhere within the country are expected to be partly cloudy with intervals of sunshine. And that's where we draw the conclusion for weather forecast for Monday. I am Susan Opara. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Susan. And it's time now to pause for a short break. Becky will be back with Newsline after these messages. Stay with us. Stay with us.
My baby. So many memories. You fill your dad and I with so much joy as we've watched you grow. You know we love you so very much. And we remember all your firsts. We look forward to more beautiful memories. So here's another one, with love from us to you. Your first smartphone. And we're sure you will love it.
Gift your loved one the MTN smartphone. Available at all designated MTN outlets.
1945. My people, you fit be one of the lucky winners for the Niger for Russia promo, and you go fit watch the Super Eagles live inside Russia. This one no be joke. Wait till you need to be say SMS fly to 1945 or just dial star 1945 hash. You don't enter be that oh. Oya, pick any option. You don't enter for the live draws where they happen every month. Reach June 2018 be that. No forget oh, the more you enter, the more you go fit to win. And plenty consolation prizes dey boku for you to win oh. This promo is endorsed by the Nigerian Football Federation NFF and the National Lottery Regulatory Commission NLRC. Papa Bomboy, Yaima, what are you waiting for? Load your phone now and start to dial 1945. Now the number oh. Each message now 50 naira shaking in money.
Available on MTN, Airtel, and 9 mobile networks.
Do you want to attend a world-class university? One with a conducive environment for learning. A university that is fully residential for students and lecturers. State-of-the-art facilities. Reformatory academic programs for the 21st century. A university where excellence is rewarded. Afe Babalola University, the fastest growing educational institution in Africa.
Wow, Chief Mike, how are you? Fine. I'm going to Sun office for the certification of my wheat flour.
Oh no, things have changed. Sun has simplified all its activities. You could have even stayed back in Kano and process all your papers online. Whoa.
With the efforts of Sun, the products of SMEs can now compete globally. Sun has put in place necessary machineries in support of the growth of SMEs. At highly subsidized charges, SMEs can now get their certification, laboratory testing of their products, as well as purchase of standards. Meanwhile, Sun is carrying out massive seizure of substandard goods in the market and have gotten legal backing to prosecute offenders, all to protect consumers and SMEs. Sun, improving life through standards.
Last day of the month. This alert has to come in early today.
You have a text message.
Haba, what kind of disturbance is this?
You have a text message.
That must be a message from my darling.
Unsolicited message again.
This is harassment. Wow, what's this now?
Are you tired of receiving unsolicited text messages on your phones? Then
take advantage of Do Not Disturb code 2442. Simply text STOP to 2442 and all unsolicited text messages will stop coming. If you want to be receiving particular types of calls and text messages instead, text HELP to 2442 and choose the option that suits you, like finance, sports, religion. Where your service provider fails to meet your request, call NCC on toll-free number 622.
Thank you, NCC.
NCC, connecting Nigeria.
There is a reason Africa is called the new frontier. What was once potential is now an opportunity ready to be seized. Once revered for our resources, today's wealth lies in our people. People who build the cities that shape the future. People who know an idea in one place means business in another. A generation for whom technology means there are no borders, no boundaries. We are the new lions in a brave new world, kings of the urban jungle. And there's a bank that puts the world in our pocket and the future in our hands. UBA, Africa's global bank.
Thanks for staying on the line. As we know, children are innocent and vulnerable, which is why there are laws that insist they must be protected and nurtured, not only by their parents, but by the society. I mean, all of us. However, there have been reported cases where the rights of children have been abused by adults with criminal tendencies. One of such is what you're about to watch, as reported by KG Busari Ahmed.
They used to cook food with the meat of people, the flesh of people. They will give us, we are going to eat. If they want to give you water, they must urinate on that water first. Urinate? Yes, before they give you. Or sometimes it is blood of flesh. They will give you a drink calling bullet. Yes. They used to give me that one. I used to drink drugs every time.
They gave me knife. When I go there, and I cover my eyes, and I shoot that person that knife.
He went out and I did not know who beat him, and he carried wound and come back. He now reached the next morning. He now said, "You want to go and buy clothes for him? Let me give him all my money."
These jaw-dropping revelations are not scripted lines from a movie series, but a true-life confession from 3 children who grew up on the streets of Abuja, having to fend for themselves at a very tender age. These precious children, who were never part of the negotiations that brought them to this world, have had to cater and provide for themselves the basic amenities of life in the course of their journey through the thorny and muddy roads of life, and due to no fault of theirs, were at different times abducted by men of the underworld who have used these supposedly innocent children to their own negative advantage, grooming them in the world of sophisticated crime.
There are 3 basic needs of life, which is shelter, clothing, and food. All these 3, Moses Audi here lack.
They came to me in the midnight, and they brought big new car, and they are telling me that that car is mine. I should get up and follow them. They will give me a big, beautiful house.
Emmanuel here, after several pressure on him, decided to tell us the truth, that this is where he has been staying with the man who has threatened to kill him if he says the truth about the way they had been living, where he picked him from.
Ibrahim Musa, Moses Audi and Emmanuel tell us how they found themselves on the streets of Abuja.
We were begging in the street. A man that just came in a car that picked us, that he's going to feed us, he's going to take care of us. We now decided to follow him. He now took us to a deep place, a deep forest.
It's because of my grandpapa used to send me where that now send me to go and buy food. The money that I lost and I ran away.
Moses Audi was brought to the NTA premises by a good Samaritan, while this food vendor ran into Emmanuel and took him to the Lugbe police station in Abuja.
I saw her from a stand
where they sell food. February, early February. The only thing where they may not feel accommodate you. That reason why I carry and come police station.
He's been here for like 2 weeks. A woman brought him to us from Lugbe Zone 5 by name Yetude Idowu.
Though 10-year-old Emmanuel denied having gone on any robbery assignment with his master, he recounted how his master had engaged in robbery and theft.
I have seen laptop and phone, ring and handbag. Some of that is purse, some of that is money. I want to go to school, I don't want to be like him.
For 14-year-old Moses Audi, who has been a tool of distraction in the hands of 3 men of the underworld, he confessed to have been sent on several missions, says he only rejected one for fear of death.
Then I told me that I should go to the middle of the road. If I see 2 cars coming, I should move the other way and I come back again. Move again and I come back again. That 2 cars will jam themselves.
Having shared his frightening story, NTA News wasted no time and handed Moses over to the FCT Police Command, from where he was referred to the Gender Unit of the FCT Social Welfare Department for a possible rehabilitation on the 13th of March 2018, where he had a short stay till the 21st of March 2018. Barely a week of sojourn at the FCT Unity Home, where he allegedly ran away, according to the Director General, FCT Social Welfare.
He escaped on the 21st of March 2018. Yes, after he stole from a matron.
Whenever we have such cases, the best thing is to report to the police. But on Moses' case is different because I didn't get the actual photocopy of the letter that police brought him.
The deputy director child we know because I'm in charge of the women division. See, the deputy director child is a professional.
As you can see, the game here on this table is that of bulk person with a clear show of negligence of duty, which the NTA crew couldn't wait to watch to the end to know who eventually emerged the winner. Off we went to the FCT Unity Orphanage Home in search of Moses Audi, a child wallowing in the shackles of the wicked today, but whose fortunes may be turned around tomorrow for good, if everyone watching now will take responsibility and do the needful, especially the policymakers. It is amazing that a home such as this, where about 40 children are kept in trust, did not see one child, and for good 19 days never found it necessary to report such case to the police. More so when it was the same police that handed over such child to the home. The administrators of the home just carried on as if nothing had happened. This space used to be for Moses Aogi, wherever he is, God knows. The matron and some of his hostel mates speak about his one-week stay in the home.
It was kind of moody, you understand, which is expected because he's just coming to a named place.
Moses was a good boy, he was staying with us, but sometimes he used to behave somehow.
But come to think of it, why would children such as Moses Audi and a cannibalized Ibrahim Musa be left to cohabit with children like 2-year-old Joseph and a host of others without a thorough profiling and commensurate rehabilitation? That's obviously a story for another day while we wait for the relevant authorities to take action. In an environment like this where you have valuable children, experts say it wouldn't be a bad idea at all to extend the project of a Safe School initiative so that something like this can be critically taken care of. Moses Audi may have left this home through this loophole.
Thought-provoking, KG. Thank you for that. You would agree that co-opting children into crime is the worst form of child abuse. Those involved must be made to contend with the law. Now, in this next report, the new antics adopted by smugglers to evade arrest and avoid their wares from being lawfully confiscated is our focus. Mohammed Abdulkadir visited the land border of Seme in Lagos, and I'm as anxious as you are to see what he found out.
My tour of duty to the nation's territorial land border of Seme in Lagos State was a fascinating experience. It afforded me opportunity of knowing more about criminal concealment and containment in anti-smuggling war. For instance, the new antics and tactics of the faceless cabal engaging in the importation of exotic cars into the country have become a study in the 21st century dynamics in crime. As smugglers are changing their modus operandi to beat security checks at semi-border, so are the security operatives busting them. You can imagine this smuggled vehicle carrying the signal of office of a traditional ruler, as well as the other vehicle carrying police plate number and their amber lights.
Whether you have BIP number, FGN number, whatever, because if somebody can use a police number, an amber to smuggle, and use a ballet logo to smuggle, then everybody is a suspect. Thanks to the eagle eyes of the officers and men of the Nigeria Customs Service and their sister agencies, whose mental alertness foiled fake casket-bearing motorcades to build security checks at the border. The more they change, the more we change too. Yes, we're ahead of them. Okay. Yes, but you know, sometimes when we pursue them and we see that they are going to cause crisis, we withdraw. Because every day is for the thief, one day for the owner.
The issue of, multiplication of a checkpoint, we agree that we have to step it down. That is, we have to cooperate with one another, develop a synergy so that we will have a kind of a check and balances on those that are not supposed to be at a particular point.
We're just like a family. They want big family. We don't attend, to individual needs. It's a collective thing. What affects customs affects NDLA, what affects NDLA affects customs, and the Nigerian Army the same, the Nigerian Immigration Service, all of us.
Right now, it will take camel to pass through the eye of the needle than for the smugglers to pass contrabands under effective electronic scanners and to fool the ever-vigilant detectors defending our common patrimony.
Our scanner is working 24 hours. If you try to conceal anything that is abnormal, we dictate it and remove it. So you see that in terms of security, with this our scanner, we'll be able to get all the concealment.
I noticed that the zero tolerance to smuggling stance of the present administration is receiving a boost at the border as desperate smugglers can no longer dangle carrots to the security operatives for easy passage nor rebrand and repackage their illicit goods to give them a semblance of genuineness under the law.
Smugglers won't stop inventing unimaginable ways to get away with it. Great that the gatekeepers are always one step ahead. Moving on, it came as a shock to residents of Ikorodu and environs recently when the police invaded a building in their community. The men in uniform cracked down on a factory where fake versions of popular brands of alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages are produced. Doyin Dia, who went with the team, examines the alarming implications that come with consuming such illegal beverages.
With a population of over 20 million people, Lagos is said to be one of the fastest growing cities not only in Nigeria but in the African continent. That is why the need to meet the growing demands of consumers is key, especially in the areas of consumable goods such as food and beverages. Today, however, one major menace that has characterized and dominated the consumers' market is the adulteration of consumables. One of such discovered in recent time is the illegal distillery and brewery uncovered by the Nigerian Police Force Lagos State Command in Ikorodu area of the state.
Produced in very unhygienic conditions, are not NAFDAC certified, and generally giving out poison to the people of Lagos to drink. And what is most worrisome is that they are now bottling it and canning it like as if it is being produced by reputable companies that deal on these products.
On a fact-finding mission, I proceeded to the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control NAFDAC and the Consumers Protection Council to ascertain the level of public awareness and sensitization on the dangers associated with such issue of public health.
Know who their distributors are. That is the main thing. Once you get buy from an accredited distributor, I think by and large, you should have some confidence in what you're getting. Definitely people who are producing these items, they can never get the kind of finishing that the factories actually turn out.
Unfortunately, on the part of the consumers, little or no effort is often made to verify the production and expiry dates or otherwise the authenticity of such products. Is there a way that you can know if this beer is adulterated?
That's a big question. Now I'm taking it, I can't even know.
You know from this. You see the foam? But the adulterated one would never foam like this.
This is stout? Although the relevant government regulatory agencies have assured that such discovery is yet to be declared a national public health issue, but caution, according to them, must be applied when purchasing and as well consuming foods and beverages. While Nigerians patiently await more discovery on the investigation by the Nigerian police force and other agencies involved, respondents say urgent steps must be taken towards mopping up such unregulated products in the market before it becomes a national health hazard.
I must add here that consumers need to be extra vigilant and learn to identify the differences between real and fake beverages. Caution is the watchword. Now, she worked a white-collar job for several years, but somehow job satisfaction stayed elusive. Ironically, her quest for self-fulfillment paid off only after an unexpected twist changed the course of her life. Ingeno John Adams is standing by to share this inspiring story of a lady cobbler like none in that vocation.
This is 48-year-old Christiana Kende Akinrimade. She is a cobbler and a mother of two based in Itire, Lagos. Her works attract several patronage. But wait a minute. Do you know she's blind? Oh yes, she's blind, but she refused to wallow in self-pity. Now, was she born blind? Let's hear her story.
I was driving with my children. I was almost eating a car in my front. So my firstborn was just saying, Mommy, Mommy, Mommy. I was just saying, I was thinking the car was far. I never knew I was almost crushing the car. And I told myself, I think I have to go for checkup. So by the time I went to the hospital to see the optometric, I was told I've lost my left eye. After a few periods, I was given the appointment date for the operation. Unfortunately, before the date, the doctors were on strike. I was unable to do the operation. I have to wait for the time they resumed. By the time they resumed, I've lost the second eye.
Christiana Kende holds a master's degree in accounting. Her industrious nature stemmed from when she had a career as a banker and rose to the post of an assistant general manager marketing before calling it quit. Her love for entrepreneurship received a boost when she enrolled at a blind school in Oshodi and came in contact with her trainer, Tony Osuji.
I trained the mama, and mama, she's trying. At times she used to file, applying gum, filing, and maybe if the product is done, maybe it's ready, mama will take it to fail, take it to maybe for selling.
It's a challenge. When I started, people are even mocking me that I cannot do anything. But I love proving to people that I can do it. What sighted can do, I can do it.
3 years down the lane, Christiana Kende's customer base has continued to increase.
It's a good standard product. I've been using it more than a year now.
I've been using it about 1.5 years now. I put it inside water. Everywhere. It's nice.
I want to see how I can make footwear for the commissioners, the governors, the ministers, even the Mr. Presidents and their households and corporate bodies.
Despite being visually impaired, Christiana Kende has been able to impact positively in the lives of young people to endear them to entrepreneurship.
I see people begging on the streets. At times I just look at them and I always shake my head. At times I give them money. But rather in life, try to choose one. Is it that you become a liability or an asset? And when you become an asset, you'll be proud of yourself. People will appreciate you, people will celebrate you. And those people that are begging on the street is unfair. You can still do something.
I decided to pick a pair of shoes to encourage Christiana and also to key into the Buy Made in Nigeria Products initiative. I encourage you to buy Made in Nigeria goods. We should learn to consume what we produce in this country.
Just like Ingido, no doubt you have been inspired by Christiana's story. We told you Newsline is fully loaded tonight. We advise that you stay on the line because we'll still have social events that I'm very sure you wouldn't want to miss.
Hot chocolate 3-in-1, a delicious combination of rich cocoa and wholesome goodness of milk. Just add hot water to get an instant chocolatey treat that delights your senses. Cadbury Hot Chocolate 3-in-1. Just add hot water.
The Federal Ministry of Education, in collaboration with the National Teachers Institute, Kaduna, and OSAP SDGs, wish to inform the general public that the trainings for HIV/AIDS awareness and digital literacy for head teachers under the 2017 Sustainable Development Goals SDG retraining program is scheduled to hold nationwide from Tuesday, 17th April to Thursday, 19th April 2018. The flag-off ceremony will hold on Tuesday, 17th April 2018 at 3J's Hotel and Suite, number 31, POW, Mafemi Crescent, Otako, Abuja, by 10 a.m. Guest of honor, Malam Adamu, Honorable Minister of Education. Chairman of the occasion, Professor Anthony Goze Anwoka, Honorable Minister of State for Education. Chief host, Alhaji Muhammad Musa Bello, Honorable Minister, Federal Capital Territory. Announcer, Professor Garba Dawwa Azari, Director General and Chief Executive, National Teachers Institute, Kaduna.
That was close.
Yes, luckily I have happy cover.
Oh, I have happy cover too. Sorry about your house.
Actually, I have happy cover also, so.
Get happy. SMS happy to 22865 and we'll call you back.
Maybe he needs happy.
SMS now. Live happy with Leadway Assurance, ensuring happiness since 1970.
Nivea combines its unique care with natural cocoa butter and vitamin E. For intensive nourishment that lasts. Glowing, radiant skin. Cocoa butter body lotion from Nivea. Now say goodbye to dry skin with great Nivea specials this Harmattan.
Anyone who needs more to keep going, please raise your hand.
With the delicious, thick, creamy taste of Freshio. Fill up and keep going.
Keep your white fabrics glowing whiter, your home sparkling and free from germs with Hypo. Make a dazzling impression every time and let your white speak for you.
My wife. Any other wife is a counterfeit. Oh, Mama.
Endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association. Now available in Lime Breeze.
Welcome back. Smartphone users from various parts of the African continent converged on Lagos to witness the global launch of two outstanding smartphones added to the Techno mobile phone series. They are Canon X and Canon X Pro, described as smartphones with camera advancement and designs. Mr. Toliat covered the unveiling ceremony and brought back this report.
The official launch of Techno Common series commenced with a gathering to intimate journalists about what to expect when the event gets underway.
Nigeria is the biggest country in Africa. Here is one of the most important markets for Techno.
And also we want to deliver the best technology and
best product to our customers.
It was a night of endless smartphone technological revelations, laced with entertainment and fun. Techno says that the Common series are capable of becoming the best camera smartphones of the year.
So using the new AI technology in the Common X, it will give you the perfect solution for taking a selfie. So
officials of Techno reveal that the devices Common X and Common X Pro boast of 24 megapixel and 16 megapixel front and rear cameras with an increased 30% image definition for clear and sharp images.
It also shoots in portrait as well. And most importantly, the phone is very thin.
Chief Marketing Officer Techno Global, Felix Meng, points out that with the dual ISP image processor, the devices can process actions a lot faster than previous generations of Common.
For Common, it's really for selfie. You need a very good exposure for yourself, and you need the background to be blurred.
You can open the phone with your face. It's called the Face ID feature. The phone has the self-cooling feature. Sometimes you use your phone and your phone gets very hot.
The unveiling of the Common X and Common X Pro attracted commendation from the Minister of Communications, Adebayo Shitu.
May I congratulate Techno Mobile on this August event. We are ready to partner with you to encourage you.
Techno also unveiled its smartphone F-series with impressive processing memory powered by Google Android Oreo system.
Moving on, Lagos-based oil conglomerate Agbami Partners has constructed, equipped and donated a state-of-the-art science laboratory to Government Secondary School in Shedam, Plateau State. Management of the conglomerate handed over the keys of the facility to the Plateau State government at a ceremony in Jos. Caleb Gokin saw it all.
All are key players from the education sector in Plateau State, who are there not to only witness this epoch-making event, but to also accord the visitors the welcome they deserved. Distance of the event being far away from the area where the facility is donated did not deter students of the benefiting institution from registering their presence at the occasion. Leader of the delegation and director, Star Deep Water Petroleum Limited, Richard Kennedy, represented by Manager, Government and Public Affairs Department, Chevron, Michael Kabi, said Agbami Parties is committed to giving the government the needed impetus to succeed, especially in the science-related fields.
The project's daily libraries, chess clinics, and science laboratories constitute an aspect of our strategic intervention to promote better life for Nigerians.
Governor Simon Bakola Long, represented by Commissioner for Education, Jude Dakur Eli, described Agbami Party's gesture as laudable and a morale booster for science revolution in Nigeria.
That this complex will in order add value to the quality of education in Plateau State.
Speaker after the other drummed support for government efforts at improving science and technology, and for the contributions of partners like the Agbami Parties who are helping to actualize this objective.
Like for me, I'm not ready for science, but what Chevron have did for us, I'm having the feeling for science.
Founded in 2009, the Agbami Parties has so far granted scholarships to over 16,000 students, with 456 graduating with first-class degrees. The parties comprises of Famfa Oil, Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, Statoil, and Petroleum Brasilia.
And it was a joyous moment for parents and students of Mariam Abacha American University, Maradi, Niger Republic, as the university held its second convocation ceremony. It was even more exciting as more than 400 graduates bagged degrees in the sciences and humanities. Shehu Adamu, who was present during the roll call, brings us details.
Established in 2013, the Mariam Abacha American University is fully recognized by the United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, to award bachelor's degrees, master's and PhD degrees in various fields of study. It is the first English-speaking university in Niger Republic and also the first approved bilingual university in sub-Saharan Africa.
Congratulations.
Félicitations. Hooray. Today is your day.
Pro-Chancellor of the University, Senator Aliyu Magatakarda Wamako, recalled with pride the giant strides Mariam Abacha American University achieved within a short period of establishment.
I'm confident that this university will continue to excel and have thrust of vision that's clearly focused on knowledge, creativity, discipline, and on our development.
I wish the best for this school, the best for our people, and the best for the job. God bless you.
While recognizing the contributions and support of the Federal Ministry of Education of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the president and founder of Mariam Abacha American University, Dr. Adama Abubakar Gwarzo, who spoke in French and English, reiterated commitment to providing more conducive academic environment.
Permettez-moi, à ce stade, d'exprimer ma profonde gratitude au président et commandant en chef. Our prestigious university has achieved remarkable education highlights and attested by have been recognized by world standard education body as such. ASIC, Accreditation Service for International University and Colleges, an accredited body for education institutions in the United Kingdom and worldwide. TIA, Council for Higher Education Accreditation, United States of America. Member of United Nations Academic Impacts, British Quality Foundation, European Association for Quality Assurance in Higher Education, as well as a member of International Association of Universities.
Executive Secretary, Universities Commission, Niger Republic, Dr. Abarishi Magalma, who represented the Minister of Education, restated the continued resolve of the ministry to assist the university to achieving more academic excellence. Some of the graduates bared their minds.
It's very interesting and wonderful and has been very challenging because I had my BAc here in accounting and I still run my MSc accounting here.
There were goodwill messages from Adonai University, Benin Republic, as well as the Vice Chancellor, Atlanta University, United States of America, Professor Bafol Erastus Obilo. President of the Republic of Niger, Muhammad Isufu, was represented by the Governor of the state of Maradi, Zakari Umaru.
Congrats to the graduates. Next up, the 2018 National Conference of Nigeria Women Wing has ended in Mbirichi near Owerri in Imo State. With a theme championing a great cause, the conference drew delegates from all the chapters in Nigeria. Apart from reviewing its activities and charting a way forward, the participants were exposed to entrepreneurial skills to enhance their income, while prayers were offered for the peace, unity, and progress of Nigeria, as well as the body of Christ.
Parade and display of flags by state chapters from all over Nigeria signaled the beginning of the 2018 National Conference of Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria Women Wing in Mbirichi, Imo State. In her address of welcome, the national president of PFN Women Wing, Abiola Theodora Omobude, said the theme of the conference is not only appropriate but timely in view of the religious, societal, and national upheavals in Nigeria. She urged women to champion the cause to restore Christian values, save souls, foster unity in the church, and lean on the Holy Spirit for wisdom and direction.
If mothers will call their sons and even daughters to let them know, you cannot give your life for election.
High point of the 2018 National Conference was the official opening, which had the National President, Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, Reverend Felix Omobude, presiding over the affairs. Omobude's central message was on the need for Nigerian women to increase their level of political participation in the country as a way to enhance their rightful positions in the scheme of things.
Every one of us, we are called for something. God raised us up for something. We must strive to accomplish the purpose of God in our lives.
The women presented a word to the PFM president and his deputy East, Dr. Cosmos Ilechukwu, and other women who distinguished themselves.
The Pentecostal women are doing marvelous work for God and for this country, and I want to encourage them to remain strong, remain unintimidated in the face of difficulties and challenges.
The conference also had participants exposed to some entrepreneurial skills by some financial managers in Missionary, bee production, fishery, and vegetable cultivation. They were also assisted on how to procure loans provided by federal government from Central Bank of Nigeria. Executives of state chapters were inaugurated. Some participants had this to say. Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria coordinates activities of Pentecostal, evangelical, charismatic churches and associations for the purpose of unity and has the motto, "We ought also to love one another."
Moving on, friends, relatives, and well-wishers of the Accountant General of the Federation, Alhaji Ahmed Idris, thronged the ancient city of Kano to witness the wedding of his children. Mansur Aliu Hassan reports that it was a roll call of who is who that put up a strong showing to be part of the epoch-making event.
The Umar bin Khattab Jumat Mosque, venue for the wedding Fatiha of Zuhair Ahmed Idris and Nafisatu Muazu Ibrahim Gaya, as well as Aliyu Ibrahim Ahmad Karai and his bride Khadija Ahmed Idris, was filled to capacity with personalities from all walks of life. President Muhammadu Buhari sent a powerful delegation led by the Interior Minister Abdurrahman Bello Dambazo, alongside Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, amongst many others. Governor Abdullahi Umar Ganduji, his Gombe and Plateau states counterparts, Ibrahim Hassan Dankombo and Simon Lalo, members of the National and States Assemblies, Federal Permanent Secretaries, heads of government agencies, members of the diplomatic corps, traditional and religious leaders were all in attendance. The wedding Fatiha was presided over by the Chief Imam of Kano, Professor Muhammad Sani Zahraddin, after the payment of dowry from each of the groom's representatives. Thereafter, the wedding activity moved to the reception venue, where dignitaries took turns to offer prayers and words of advice to the couples.
The turnout, the number of governors, directors, accountant generals, finance commissioners, and indeed my humble self, is tantamount to the relationships that the AGF builds. He's a great bridge builder. He's always looking for progress and he's always looking for solutions, and that's why I think you've seen a very big turnout today.
We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give these people the peace they require in their homes.
He discharged one of his major responsibility and obligation by giving out his daughter and also marrying for his son.
I'm so happy for the father of the bride. He's been a wonderful brother to me.
The elated father of the celebrants, Accountant General of the Federation, Ahmad Idris, who gave out a daughter and gained one, hosted the dignitaries to a colorful dinner with the representative of the First Lady Hajia Hajjasani in attendance.
It gives some, high sense of fulfillment in life. Having your children getting married, two at the same time, a boy and a girl, both getting married at the same time. It really gives some high sense of joy, and I feel great. I feel fulfilled. I'm grateful to God.
It hasn't been arranged or planned, and thank God it has taken us to this point.
I love everything about him.
I met her in an Islamia school.
Happy married life to the new couples. It's still celebration galore. If you want to know who did what, where, and why, don't get off the line. We'll take a break and be right back.
Hate speech is not a joke. It incites genocide and crimes against humanity. Most of Africa's civil wars are caused by hate speech from one tribe against another. We don't want it here. The Nigerian government stands firm against hate speech.
Under no conditions whatsoever should we tolerate or excuse or justify hate speech or hateful conduct of any kind, especially where such is illegal.
There's no doubt that the resurgent push for separatism, as well as the rising cases of ethnic and religious disharmony, are all traceable to the growing phenomenon of hate speech.
One nation bound in freedom, peace and unity.
Nigeria, one nation, one people.
This is a public service announcement brought to you by NTA.
Here comes the sun. La, 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 la. Bright sunny day. La, 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 la.
The taste and aroma of top tea can leave you feeling good and ready to go, just like sunshine. Top tea also comes in ginger, lemon and lime, and pure black tea. So go ahead, take a sip, and feel the sunshine in every cup.
Top tea, big bags of flavor.
Meet Party for celebrating the high points of life with friends. Ah, selfie. Just a friend that keeps you nourished when you are by yourself. Packed with healthy nutrition, nourishing vitamins, power of protein, strength of calcium, revitalizing energy. Hollandia yogurt is bursting with goodness inside and out. Hollandia yogurt. It's all good.
Our Anchor Borers program has created an agricultural revolution. In September 2015, we imported 644,000 tons of rice, costing more than $5 million per day. By September 2017, rice imports dropped by 95% to 22,000 tons. Our maize crop has exceeded 10 million tons this year, and through our rice and maize program, we now have 12.2 million farmers. We are now the world's second largest producer of sorghum after the United States, third in millet after India, and we lead the world's production of yam and cassava. We've created numerous plantations solely for the export market, and our plan is to increase the agricultural sector from 25 to 49% of our GDP, thereby reducing poverty and increasing food security.
Experience, they say, is the best teacher.
They hold us from the sea. Thank God that we came back home. They should not go there because it's not good. It's a very bad place. So that's just my advice.
Even now, sir, if they are shooting the boat they are going to use to go Italy, may they stop it. Our country is good. Our country is a blessed country. Now I know our country is a blessed country. I know before I for not travel from Nigeria to Libya. I know how much I spent.
Let these personal experiences serve as a lesson to all who would repeat their mistakes. A word is enough for the wise.
This is a public service announcement brought to you by NTA.
Registration is now open for state and sports clubs to participate with free accommodation and feeding for athletes and officials on the basis of first come, first serve at the first National Grassroots Sports Festival, Sports for All, to discover sport talent, develop future world champions, and rejuvenate sports in Nigeria. Date 19 to 29th of April 2018. Venue, National Stadium, Abuja. Packages stages A and B. This is an opportunity for state governors to mobilize supporters and fans for their state through broadcast sponsorship and for companies to promote their brand. For broadcast sponsorship, contact Angelo Peter I. Elosia, Chairman and Chief Coordinator, or Nick Onyisi. Organizers, Grassroots International Sports Academy and LOP Worldwide Television. Endorsed by the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development. Broadcast partner, NTA, the largest television network in Africa.
Back. You would agree that attaining the age of 80 is a milestone, and so it was not surprising to see Sisters of Notre Dame in Jatu Uzaure, Edo State, roll out the drums to celebrate Reverend Sister Annette Sullivan, a missionary who has spent over 5 decades in Nigeria. Victor Odion Acha reports that it was an exciting moment for the Reverend Sister, who is also a chieftaincy title holder in Enugu.
Our Sisters of Notre Dame in Jetu converged on this hall to celebrate a celibate who has dedicated her life to the service of God. This special mass was also in the honor of one of the late missionaries who came to Nigeria immediately after independence. Reverend Father Charles Nasamu enumerated the gains in the service of God and urged all Nigerians to follow the steps of Reverend Sister Sullivan, who has given herself and all to the expansion of God's kingdom.
There are people who left home when Africa, Nigeria had nothing to offer. It's a sign that Christianity had missionaries, and we should emulate that.
You can be a reverend sister, and from your labor, God can also bless you, bless your family with something that is greater than you expect. Let's devote ourselves to God.
Sister Annette Sullivan, who was accompanied by another missionary, is not deterred by age, as she showed her dancing skills to align with this Isako musical tune. Some old girls of the St. Mary Girls Grammar School, Eme Ora, and the St. Angela Girls Grammar School, Uzare, where she served as principal, were on grant to celebrate the woman they described as a disciplinarian.
Working woman, a woman of God, a caring woman, a disciplinarian. She imparted so much.
Sister Annette touched us in a very wonderful way.
I'm really happy for her, and I keep on calling her my principal and my sister.
To the celebrant. To the celebrant.
Many happy returns to the celebrants. God bless your new age, Sister Sullivan. We're winding down gradually, but before we close shop, let's take a break, come back and tell you what's next. Stay on the line.
Suicide bombers are not spirits. They are not ghosts. They are human beings like you and me. They live amongst us. They are your neighbors. They are your friends today, but terrorists tomorrow. So you must know your neighbor now. Security begins with you and me. Know your neighbor. Be vigilant. Be security conscious. Report suspicious persons, objects, and movements to the police and other security agencies. The security of our nation is a duty for you and me.
If you see something, say something. Nigeria, unite against terrorism. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
As part of his resolve to include youths in the affairs of the Adamawa Emirate, the Lamido Fobina Muhammadu Bakindo Aliyu Mustafa to band Aliyu Wakilis Boye as a second Sariki Matasa Adamawa. Iranu Bala reports that the ceremony showcased the rich cultural heritage of the Forbina Kingdom as people from all walks of life attended.
It was indeed a gathering of prominent personalities, including Governor Muhammad Umar Jibril of Adamawa State, Emir of Kano Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, and the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, who is also the Waziri Adamawa. Their presence was to rejoice with Ali Wakili Boya, who is in youthful age conferred with the traditional title of Sarki Matasa Adamawa. The turbaning of the second Sarki Matasa Adamawa by the Lamido was in recognition of his tremendous achievements and contributions to the society as Algon Chairman Adamawa State and many other positions held.
amfani taro irin wannan taro ne wanda yana sa matasa su nasu musaya da tarbiyya musaya da addu'a musaya da shiryarwa musaya da taimakawa.
The new Sarki Matasa Adamawa Ali Wakili Boya, who was full of emotions, promised to champion the cause of youth mobilization for the development of the society. As the tradition demands, the Sarki Matasa Adamawa Ali Wakili Boya, on horseback accompanied by youths and other traditional title holders, paid royal homage on the Lamido as a mark of respect.
A traditional recognition well deserved. We congratulate the recipient. This next cultural festival is celebrated in Kebbi State to promote the national unity and cultural tourism of Zuru Emirate. Usman Abdullahi Shehu reports that this year's festival, which is the 12th edition, was a sight to behold as the event showcased the rich cultural heritage of the Nigerian people.
The Hola festival is one of the leading cultural and traditional events in Zuru Emirate of Kebbi State. The festival showcases the unique, diverse and rich cultural heritage of Nigeria and Zuru Emirate in particular. According to the people of Zuru, the festival holds after the year harvest to show gratitude to God for bountiful harvest and a period of initiation of youth from childhood to adulthood. The word Hola is from Chilele language meaning protection, but the people said the context of the festival is to thank God for his protection and sustenance throughout the year.
This is an opportunity for us to showcase our cultural activities and taking advantage also to show what we produce here.
The 2018 edition constitutes a series of events that include agricultural presentation being agrarian society, recognition of prominent people for outstanding contribution, archery, and introduction of fishing festival, among other things. The festival is a 4-day event filled with traditional display from 5 chiefdoms of the Emirate.
Symbolizes unity, both unity of cultures, unity of traditions, unity of chiefdoms, and indeed a graduation from one process of development to the other.
We have 4 distinct Emirates with cultural values that are different, but we all respect each other.
Cultural activities such as these provide a forum and avenue for friendship.
Either relationship was outside of that coming here to see what we have, what we can offer, and the way means they can also assist us in the development of our own area.
It's an improvement from what we had last year, and we hope to make it better.
Other dignitaries at the occasion include the representatives of Sokoto and Katsina state governors and many traditional leaders from within and outside the state.
I'm sure you enjoy the sights and sounds of the Zuru Festival. Now, Atani Town in Arochukwu local government area of Abia State was a beehive as the big names in Nigeria joined the Owawas to pay their last respect to their matriarch, Madam Matilda Onwanechia Ohabua, mother of Senator Ohabua. Representing Abia North Senatorial District, Goodness Chima reported the burial ceremony was a celebration of life in honor of Mama, who died at the age of 90.
Business, raised her children and excelled in her relationship with God and man. The body of Mama Uwabunwa was later taken to her hometown, Arochukwu, in Abia State, for lying in state. Reverend Johnson honored her of the Anglican Communion, Arochukwu, enjoined Christians to surrender their lives to Christ while on earth. The Senate President, Bukola Saraki, and the Abia State Governor, Okezi Bazu, described late Mrs. Matilda Uwabunwa as an achiever.
We are all proud of you. We are proud of what she has done. And that is why we are here in numbers. But with excellence in the fact that she lived a worthy life.
This is a woman who has raised respectful and responsible children.
The children of the deceased, while speaking on the life and times of their mother, noted that her demise has opened a new chapter in their lives, promising to uphold her footprint, which was anchored on love and dedication to service to God.
Our mother trained us in the way of the Lord. She led us to know Christ. And that is why today our prosperity is based on Christ.
Like I say, my mom is a virtuous woman, a woman of character, a woman who taught us to love.
Born in 1928, late Mrs. Matilda Uwabunwa is survived by 12 children and grandchildren, including Mao Uwabunwa, senator representing Abia North Senatorial District, and Sam Uwabunwa, an industrialist. Body of Mrs. Uwabunwa was later committed to Mother Earth in her country home, Atani, Arochukwu in Abia State, amidst pomp and celebration.
May her soul rest in perfect peace. Amen. And now to sports. Nigeria wins additional medal on day 11 as Amanze Marcus gives the last Commonwealth Games update, with the games having ended on Sunday.
After competing for 11 days, the 21st edition of the Commonwealth Games ended on Sunday, April 15 on the Gold Coast, Australia. A total of 6,600 athletes and officials from 71 nations